Today talking records, talking Atari, and tons more. It sounds like a perfect Friday night to me. Alright, 33ers, how the heck you doing? I got a jam-packed episode today, so thank you for joining me. First of all, I want to show you this. This is not a recent pickup. I've had this for a while, but I hadn't listened to it for the longest time, so I pulled it off of the shelf, and I listened to it this week. This is Spider Jazz, KPM Q's. Oh, my dog came in. Hey, Henry, what's up? What's up, dude? What's up? All right. I'll take you for a walk after I'm done with this. That was funny. He wants to go for a walk. I'll take him afterwards. Anyways, talking about this album, Spider Jazz, KPM Q's, used in the amazing animated series that we are not allowed to mention by name for legal reasons. Spider-Man. This is from the old Spider-Man cartoon that ran from 1967 to 1970. As a kid, I was born in the 70s, and I used to watch the Spider-Man cartoon. I think it's on in the mornings. I think many of us grew up watching that show. Anyway, this came out in 2018. This is music from seasons 2 and 3 of the Spider-Man cartoon. It was notoriously low budget. It was so low budget, it was funny and awesome at the same time. The music was not specific to the show or done for the show. It was taken from a generic music library. The people who made Spider-Man used a music library company called KPM. The music is actually pretty good. Some of it's weird. Some actually really good guitar playing on some of the tracks as well. Anyway, as I said, this is not a new purchase or a recent pickup. I just hadn't heard it in a while, so I pulled it off the shelf, and I'm glad I did, because growing up, was a big fan of the Spider-Man cartoon, and as I said, the music on here is actually not half bad.
Channel 33 RPM.
By the way, I almost forgot to mention the Channel 33 RPM Friday Night Vinyl Rocks glasses are back in stock. They sold out a couple weeks ago. They are back in stock. I know a lot of people were asking me about that. I will leave a link below this video, so you too can get your own Channel 33 RPM Friday Night Vinyl Rocks glass. All right, what do we want to talk about next? Let's talk about Atari. I was a huge Atari fan as a kid in the early 80s, and believe it or not, I still have my original Atari 2600. And I know this is not a video game channel, so I won't go on for too long about this, but last week, or maybe it's 2 weeks ago, I bought this. This is the new Atari 7800 Plus. It's pretty much a faithful replica of the original 7800s. And by the time the 7800 came out in 1986, I had lost interest in video games, but I was always kind of fascinated by this particular console, so I'm glad I finally picked it up. They're relatively cheap. In Canada, they're $149 Canadian. In the US, I think they're $129 US. So if you do the currency conversion, they're actually a better deal here in Canada. And for that, they actually come with a new game. This is Bentley Bears Crystal Quest on an old school cartridge. This is actually a really fun game. I'll show you some footage here on the screen. I had a lot of fun with that. And I've been playing my old Atari games as well. This is compatible with Atari 2600 cartridges and old Atari 7800 cartridges. And what else can I tell you about it? It's got some cool modern features, though not many. It's got HDMI output for modern TVs, and it's got a wireless controller, which is you need to do that nowadays. Anyway, this has been a total trip down memory lane. This was not provided to me. I paid for it. This is not sponsored. I love old school gaming, and this has brought me right back, and it allows me to play easily my old Atari games on the big screen. So super happy I got this, and after I'm done this video, I'm gonna grab a drink and play some more Atari. Okay, I also want to give you an update on those DIY speakers I tried building like a year and a half ago. Some of you will remember that disaster. Many others won't. I'll put some footage here on the screen. I got this DIY speaker kit from a company called Hi-Vi Swans. These are two-way passive bookshelf speakers, and I spent some time putting them together, and it was a disaster. They looked ugly, and I couldn't get them to work properly, so I gave up on these speakers, but then I gave them to my buddy Mo, and Mo loves tinkering with this kind of stuff, and check out what he did with those speakers. It looks freaking amazing. He rewired them, he finished them properly, he painted them, and they look awesome. He told me, what were his words about these speakers? He said they're the best bookshelf speakers he's ever heard, which is high praise. I went over to his place and I heard them, and these things sounded amazing. They're small, but they sounded really big. They had a big soundstage and a surprisingly decent amount of bottom end considering their size. So I just want to give an update. Those speakers were a disaster for me. That is not my talent to put that kind of stuff together and to solder and whatnot. But Mo gave them new life. I gave them to him and he's enjoying them in his bedroom now. Okay, I want to show you a record I just picked up and I bought it off of Bandcamp. This is from a band called Ian Blurton's Future Now, and the album is Crimes of the City. I'm a fan of Ian Blurton and Future Now. Here is their previous album, which I've talked about before, and really, really dig it. This one was actually recorded on the Rolling Stones Mobile. These guys are a Canadian band, and believe it or not, the Rolling Stones Mobile is now a recording studio in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So that's where they recorded this one. But here is their latest one. It was released in the fall of 2024. These guys are from the Toronto area, and I'm loving this album, man. Cool artwork on the back and on the front. In terms of style, they have elements of classic rock and classic metal, including plenty of layered vocal and guitar harmonies, and even the occasional galloping riff reminiscent of early Iron Maiden. I gotta say, though, that this is not a metal album. I made notes here listening to it. I say it's heavy. It's a heavy guitar-driven rock album. There's actually a news release that accompanied the release of this album, and that news release draws parallels between this album and Danzig, Cheap Trick, Budgie, and Blue Oyster Cult. So you kind of get an idea of what this sounds like. It's full of tight, short, catchy songs. The guitar's front and center. You can almost smell the overdriven Marshall amps and the tubes overheating. I love it. 10 tracks here, 33 minutes. So they're short and sweet. And this album is more raw than their previous one. Short, simple, to the point, excellent. Excellent album. There's a limited number of these, again, available on Bandcamp. The band is called Ian Blurton's Future Now. Good stuff, man. Good, straight ahead, heavy rock. Check it out. It's time to open the mail. This came in the mail this week. Check out the name of this band. The band is called Sharon is Karen. Sharon is Karen. I dug that name for the band. And the album is called Heart of This World. There's the front, there's the back. There's the inside, polyline sleeves. And it comes on this, what is that, like an orange, gold vinyl, something like that. Anyway, this was not what I expected. With the name like Sharon is Karen, I expected this to be kind of female-fronted alt / shoegaze music, and it wasn't really that at all. I put the needle down on the first track, and it ripped my head off. The first track is called Carpet Burn, and it's punk. It's like a mixture of punk and maybe power pop, but primarily it's punk music. The Bandcamp description of the band says this album offers a unique sonic blend characterized by fuzzy guitars, irresistible vocal melodies, and infectious hooks. I can see all of that. Again, as I said, it wasn't what I expected, right? I thought it'd be more chill and just like mellow, and it's not that at all. For me, the standout tracks were Carpet Burns and Fork in the Toaster. There's only 200 copies of this made, so I appreciate Sharon is Karen sending this over. What does the hype sticker say? Debut LP, Heart of This World, 180 gram translucent orange vinyl. Okay, orange vinyl. And hand numbered as well. I got number 51. Number 51 of 200. And Louis Golden out of Texas sent this to me. So this band is out of Texas. I will leave a link to this. And also Ian Blurton's Future Now in the comments below this video. All right, 33ers, thank you for making it to the end of the video. You are awesome. What have you been spinning lately? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be back really soon. Until then, keep on spinning.